Section 6.3, Subtracting Integers. The goal of this lesson is that you will be able to subtract integers. And my goal, personally, based on some feedback, is to not sound so much like a robot. I hope that I do better. In my experience teaching boys and girls, this has been the hardest of the four operations to do with integers, at least from the student perspective. You have got to trust me. If you follow what I teach you in this video and following days, this will not be as hard as you think. So with that said, let's begin. Even though this lesson is called Subtracting Integers, we actually will never subtract integers. There we go. What we're going to do is turn our subtraction problem into an addition problem. And if you felt comfortable with adding these from lesson 6.2, then this should be a lot easier. So, let's say we've got a problem. I don't know, top of my head, -6 minus 4. Well, the first thing we do, oops, that should work better. Come on, there we go. Our first term will stay the same. So -6 will stay as -6. We will then change our subtraction sign to an addition sign. So we have -6, still the same. Subtraction becomes addition. And then our second term changes to its opposite. The opposite of 4 is -4. So our new problem is -6 plus -4. Based on what was taught yesterday, on Tuesday, with same sign addition, this turns into -10. Some of you may be thinking that this reminds you a little bit of dividing fractions. And it really is a similar process. Our first term stays the same, just like when we divide fractions. In terms of the sign, we change our sign to its opposite. In this case, subtraction to addition. When we divide fractions, division becomes multiplication. And then in fractions, our second term flips to its reciprocal. Well, here we just change to the opposite. So it's pretty similar. If you want to think of the stay, change, little reminder, with a slight variation. So let's put this to use with 4 different types of questions. If you want to pause the video and try these on your own, you can. Or just keep it playing and follow along as I show how to do these. First, we have 23 minus 49. Well, this turns into 23. First term stays the same. Subtraction becomes addition. Second term becomes its opposite. 23 plus -49. As we learned yesterday, different sign addition, we subtract the absolute values, 49 minus 23. We get 26, and we apply the sign of the number with the biggest absolute value, -49. So our answer is -26. The next one, 16 minus -47. Stay, change. 16 plus 47, we just add the numbers as we normally would to get 63. Our third one, stay, change. -15 plus -68. Well, this is same sign addition. So we add the absolute values, 15 plus 68, to get 83. Then we apply the shared sign of subtraction. And finally, -54 minus -77. Stay. change. Negative 54 plus 77. We subtract our absolute values. 77 minus 54. We get 23. And the number with a larger absolute value is positive. Therefore, the answer stays positive. 23. Again, ladies and gentlemen, this is relying and expecting that you understood addition of integers. Based on your work in class Tuesday and Wednesday, that should be the case. If we were having a normal stay-in-class lesson, this is the time when you'd be able to get up out of your seats, come to the smartboard, and move things side to side. But instead, I get all the fun. What I would like you to do is pause the video, write down the expressions on the right side of the screen, the ones right here. And all I want you to do is change them to addition problems. And hopefully when I drag them over, you will have the correct matching on your screen, or on your paper, excuse me. So I'm going to go ahead and erase that red box, and I'm going to start moving things. And I'll talk while I do it. 7 minus negative 3, that should become 7 plus positive 3. And that matches up right there. The next one, negative 7 minus negative 3, that should become negative 7 plus 3. And I see that right up there. Negative 9 minus negative 8, that should become negative 9 plus 8. And I see that towards the bottom, right there. 9 minus 8. Look, you would probably do that normally. You know that equals 1. But just for our sake of exercise here, that should become 9 plus negative 8. There it is. 9 minus negative 8 becomes 9 plus positive 8. Boom. Right there. Negative 7 minus 3 should be negative 7 plus negative 3. And I see that right there. 7 minus 3, again, you would do that normally. But just for the heck of this page, we'll say 7 plus negative 3. And there we go. And negative 9 minus 8 is negative 9 plus negative 8. And lucky for me, that is the last spot we have open. I look it over, and I hope I am correct. And I am correct. Finally, you are to try 4 problems on your own. Please pause the screen now or pause the slideshow and try these problems. Welcome back. You have hopefully got 4 correct answers. Now let's see how you did. Negative 11 plus negative 6 equals negative 17. Negative 83 plus positive 30 becomes negative 53. 40 plus negative 55 becomes negative 15. And 24 plus 78 equals 102. If you have finished watching the video and you feel like you understand this pretty well, go ahead and start on your homework. Refer back to your notes if needed. Otherwise, go back into the video, rewatch any part that you want until you feel comfortable. This will be available online, so you can watch it at home tonight if you needed extra practice with this. This concludes today's viewing of our math lesson. Please enjoy the rest of your day. I will see you on Friday.